a day like today, how much do you think it helps you from a confidence standpoint and just moving forward?
Yeah, I mean, recently it hasn't been the best, I would say, but just moving forward, day like today, it's always good to feel like a barrel and barrel fair and do that. But I think just sticking with the process and going through and not worrying too much about like approach and stuff like that, I would say just sticking with it, knowing that what I'm doing is correct. And yeah, today's a good day to have. So
You didn't have hit before the home run, but you'd had a sac fly. I think you got hit by a pitch. Were you pleased with the bats that you were having before then?
I wasn't like too pleased with them. I was chasing some pitches, but just like I think chase, and I was happy with that. Like I think he threw me a slider in the dirt the pitch before, and earlier in the day I was kind of chasing, so I was happy with the take on that. So yeah.
And then Cahill, I mean, how do you explain this run you've been on the last few games?
Uh, I just feel good right now. Just trying to hit hard. Keep it simple.
But does it feel good that you're getting, it's not just left-handers that you're hitting against, you're having success against right-handers too.
Yeah. So I mean, honestly, I don't really think much of the play. The ball's in the zone, more than likely to swing. So
So these 107, mile per hour exit velocity singles, you're not really thinking like home run, double, extra base hit. It's you just walk us through him kind of, even when it is a single that's hit so hard. I mean, is it just that's the approach, like just find a way to get on?
yeah, that's the approach. Just try to hit it hard, and if it finds the gap, it finds the gap, and if it gets caught, I mean, tip my hat.
Ryder, did you catch Colin Fisher in his appearance this weekend?
No, not this weekend.
What have you seen from him, since he had the injury last year, only two appearances this year, but he's looked really good. What have you seen in his maybe development since coming back from injury?
Yeah, I think last year, I mean, he was obviously really good, really hard to hit, and coming back in the pre-spring, it wasn't like as many strikes, but I mean, this weekend, it's just or the past two appearances, it's just been pounding the zone with three pitches, and I mean, it's really good to see because he's such a good teammate, such a good guy. You always want to root for him, and he's in the zone and he's competing really good. So.
Aside from, because he doesn't have this high 90s fastball, aside from the control, what is it maybe that makes him really hard to hit?
I mean, I would just say he's a competitor. Like, when you get in the box, you don't know really what you're going to get. I remember last fall, he threw me a first pitch changeup to lead off the game. And it's just, that's the kind of pitcher he is. He's going to throw you stuff that you don't really expect. So,
I guess Ryder, I think you started 7 of the 8 games behind the plate. Just kind of how are you adjusting from going, being the number two catcher to number one catcher, catching every day now?
I would just say, sticking with it, trying to get as much recovery in as possible, get as much food in as I need, and stay hydrated, stay healthy. But I know my body can do it. So,
Dave was in here talking about maybe some of the challenges of being DH and not playing the field. I mean, having done that at BYU and now here, do you kind of share some of those things? Is it kind of difficult to kind of keep yourself engaged in between innings and those kinds of things?
I'd say yeah, it can be pretty difficult to stay locked in. You're not on the field. Not moving around, not actually being out there. I mean, just being able to like focus and just root on your teammates. I mean, I think is a really good way to stay engaged. That really helps me actually.
They said they were going to look at you in the outfield. How much work are you getting out there on the off days?
Yeah, so I've been in the outfield for a while now, taking fly balls, getting some reps. So,
You're working more left, right?
right field.
Right. Okay. I was looking at your BYU profile the other day. It said you can hit a golf ball 400 yards. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay. Hey, and then for Ryder, you've been here through one of these long homestands before. It seems like every year, whenever Arkansas has these, you can really see a lot of growth from the start of it to the end of it. Just having been through one of those, what's how does the team grow during this time?
yeah, I mean, I think road trips are fun, but being here and playing in front of our fans is the best. It's best fans in the country. I think being here is awesome, and like growing as a team. We're here all the time. We're practicing. We're not having to worry about like traveling and some people not being able to travel. I think just coming together as a team is awesome.
Coach Van Horn was in here earlier and he gave an update on Gage, just for both of you to kind of get the relief that it may be a few weeks, but it's not something worse. I mean, what was the thought whenever you heard that?
Yeah, I mean, it's shoulders are scary, I'd say, and I mean, it was really good to hear. So
Yeah, it's really good to hear. You know, he's one of our guys, and I mean, he's really done a lot for us. So,
All right, guys, appreciate it.
thank you.